North Americans are finally able to get their hands on the Honda Civic Type R, but every single time I travel abroad, I'm always reminded of all the awesome hot hatches that we just don't get. So here are our top 10 hot hatches we wish we were able to buy in North America. Coming in at number 10 is the Hyundai i30N. This is Hyundai's first model from its N Performance sub-brand, and it won't be heading to North America, but we will get to look forward to the eventual Veloster N. Based on the i30, the Hot Hatch N version has a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, making 272 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque, while paired to a 6-speed manual transmission. It also looks the part of a hot hatch with aggressive styling from bumper to bumper. Next up is the Seat Leon SC Cupra 300. This little hatch offers plenty of performance with 296 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque from Volkswagen's popular 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. It gets to 62 miles an hour in just 5.8 seconds and has a ton of cargo room in the back if you opt for the 5-door model. Up next is the Peugeot 308 GTI. French automaker Peugeot has quite a few hot hatches in its lineup, but the 308 GTI is our favorite. The GTI is powered by a 1.6-liter turbo 4-cylinder with 272 horsepower, and it gets a 6-speed manual. The next hot hatch we want on our shores is the Audi S1 Sportback. Audi may be one of the few automakers on this list that actually sells cars in North America, but the cute little S1 isn't available here. With a 2-liter turbo, the S1 Sportback has 231 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque, allowing it to go 0 to 62 miles an hour in just 5.9 seconds. Coming up next is the Vauxhall Astra VXR. With a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder, the VXR offers 276 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque, along with an aggressively styled body. The little hatch is able to hit 60 miles an hour from a standstill in just 5.9 seconds and has a top speed of 155 miles an hour. The next car we want is the Volkswagen Scirocco R. Volkswagen offers the Golf R in North America, but enthusiasts have always been wondering why we don't get the Scirocco R here. With a bolder style than the Golf R, the Scirocco R has a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder under the hood that generates 276 horsepower, allowing it to accelerate from 0 to 62 miles an hour in 5.5 seconds. Next up is the Renault Megane RS. Like Peugeot, Renault has a couple hot hatchbacks in its lineup, but our favorite production model is the Megane RS. At the top of the range is the 275 model, which is powered by a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that puts out a predictable 275 horsepower and 266 pound-feet of torque. It also gets an Akrapovic titanium exhaust system and Recaro seats inside. Next up is the Renault Zoe eSport concept. We know that this is a concept car, which means that no one in the world can buy it right now, but just look at it, it's so cute! When Renault decides to produce this hot hatch, North America will never get close to it, which is a real shame. Based on the existing Renault Zoe, the eSport concept is an all-electric hot hatch with around 460 horsepower and 472 pound-feet of torque. This is finally an electric hot hatch that we can really get excited about. Next up is one of my personal favorites, the Alfa Romeo MiTo Quadrifoglio Verde. Now that Alfa Romeo is finally selling cars again in North America, it's time to kindly ask the Italian automaker to please bring over one of its hot hatches. If the tiny MiTo isn't your thing, there's also the Giulietta that's available outside of North America. But this MiTo Quadrifoglio Verde is powered by a 1.4-liter multi-air turbo engine that outputs 170 horsepower, while the Giulietta Quadrifoglio Verde gets a 1.75-liter turbo with 240 horsepower. And the number one hot hatch we are dying to have in North America, that's the BMW M140i. Unfortunately, the 1 Series doesn't exist in North America, not even in sedan form, but the BMW M140i is one of the hottest hatches around with 340 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque, allowing it to go 0 to 62 miles an hour in 4.6 seconds when equipped with the optional 8-speed automatic transmission. Thanks for watching this top 10, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss one of our YouTube videos.